Okay, welcome students coming to Java programming. Unit 5, uh, chapter 3 of Unit 5 is Java Database Connectivity, JDBC. And this is the last chapter. And by this chapter, we're going to complete the total syllabus given for this JNTK R19 regulations. And first of all, I would like to thank Dr. Devasi Samantha, Professor, Department of Computer Science and Engineering, Indian Institute of Technology, Kharagpur. And in parallel, we also thanks to NPTEL. And these are the topics today we're going to discuss in this video about Java database connectivity, about introduction to the MySQL system, and how this is applicable to this concept Java database connectivity, and what are the basics of this MySQL is the next chapter, next topic, and MySQL installation on Windows computer systems and practice of some MySQL statements. And Java database, JDBC is nothing but Java database connectivity. And this is the main part of this application of this concept is mainly three things. The first one is SQL, MySQL, or something, any database in real time, maybe Oracle, PHP, MySQL. Okay, there are many type of database tools available, and those are mainly considered as a database management systems. And this here, second part is the application, that it is nothing but we need some application to interact with that DBMS, nothing but database management system. So through using Java language, we can able to develop application of Java application, and we can connect to that database, and we can retrieve or something, apply some manipulations or maybe accessing the data from the database is possible using this JDBC. And here the main part of this thing is connectivity, how to connect the database using Java application. And here there are what type of database you can take, and based on that you have to choose the driver to connect that database, and after that we can perform some operations on databases. The first topic, it is introduction to SQL system. First, we learn this SQL part, or maybe what type of data types according to our curriculum given MySQL database. So we are going to see that MySQL, and later we come to the application part and the driver which connects these application with these databases. And SQL stands for the structured query language. We know that it's a kind of language, and it is popularly and widely used open source database management system and language, and it is simple setup and use. SQL is mainly used to create table in a form of rows and columns about the data related to the databases. Mainly, that tables are mainly used to create a database with respect to some entities like student, maybe examples you may like take. And the node point is to SQL is not a programming language, and like C and C++. And also SQL is not case sensitive. We can not don't bother about these case sensitives while we are executing some statements on the SQL programming language, right? SQL language. And the second one is what are the basics of this MySQL. And here it is the most popularly database management system that is related to relational database, RDBMS. And it is a database system used on the web, and that runs on a server also. And the idea and MySQL is ideal for both small and larger applications. Very fast, reliable, and easy to use also. And here it uses a standard SQL and works on a number of platforms. And it is free to download and use. And today we are going to see that part. And it is developed, distributed, and supported by Oracle Corporation. And it is named after co-founder Monty Whitney's daughter, name based on that Mai, right? And next one, the installation process of this MySQL on Windows. And it is very simple to install on PCs, allows that user to safely create and test web application without affecting the data or systems on the actual database management systems. And let's have the discussion on this installation information for MySQL on Windows. And later we come to the practice and demonstration on the process of installation of this MySQL on Windows computer systems, nothing but PCs. And first you need to download the MySQL community server and HU version, maybe based on your computer system, operating system you installed on your computer, whether it may be a 64-bit or a 32-bit. And directly go to this website for downloads and then download that version. And I will show you the process. And after downloading that one, and you can extract the HU version of that download on the latest version of this MySQL community server, and you can place anywhere of your computer directories or drives, and it will work from any directory. And usually you can download into and extract those files into C drive and rename that directory to MySQL. And we use this word in our programming applications also in the cases, and we can easily work with this. That's why we just rename this that directory as MySQL. Okay, now come to your browser and type this one dev.mysql.com, and that it goes to the developer zone. This is the original link where you're going to download the application of that one. And take that into the case here. This is the site, and go to downloads, and there itself showing that MySQL community downloads. And in that what MySQL community server, and there go to this one SS Windows, yes, and you can download this one. And by pressing download, you can download this one, as I already downloaded, and I will show you that one. And remember that is the version I downloaded here. It is 8.0.25 latest today and up to the date. And yeah, coming to here, I have downloaded this one MySQL 80225. Extract here this one. It extracts. And after completing this extraction process to this directory, see, observe that I'm downloading this one into the directory E and extracting all the files of this MySQL into my directory E. Remember this one. And after that, completing this one, you can rename this one with MySQL, as I told you that, right? So this is the folder, we keep it in the directory E, and go to command prompt. And there you can type, right, as it is. Then go to command prompt and go to directory E, and there you can type cd mysql. Okay, and once again, just wait. Now coming to here, MySQL, and inside of this we have a bin folder, and there you can have some applications of this one. Okay, we need to start this case and go to command prompt here. That's why cd space bin. And currently we are here and type here the command my sqld space double hyphen console to start the MySQL console to convert that console to that directory and initialize, right? Then after running this command, that initializing the server, right? Of this, if you observe this one, MySQLD is executing, file is executed, and that initialization of server is started, and here it is ended, and it is going to start and create. Once it is done like this, it generates one temporary password here. We need to save this one. We need to save this password, and later we use and we change this password to our own password. First, it generates a temporary password, and that will be converted as a root at the local host. And we need to run this server at particular local host, right? Okay. And then you can write here console in after initializing the server, and you can start with this console. This console is ready to work as it is. This process is done. After that, we have to go to another command prompt, and this one is already given in the last video. Samantha sir already told you the process, the same in theoretical, and I'm going to demonstrate what he said, and instantly the commands we are going to execute here. And go to another command prompt. Wait for here. Yes, it is. You're coming to another command prompt and go to your directory E and cd mysql slash bin. You can go to directory and here, and how to switch that mysql space hyphen u. What is the location we have? Localhost root and hyphen p. Then after running this one, it asks you to enter password. The temporarily generated password, we already noted that one, and we are just keeping that into paste here. So in the previous command prompt, temporary password is generated and paste that password here. Okay, then the MySQL is started, the process. Okay. Okay, next coming to here, we need to change the password temporary to our own password. So this is the command alter user, and you can view these in a lowercase also. This why, because it is not a case sensitive language SQL, and you can use uppercase or lowercase, whatever, it doesn't matter here. Alter user and root location host, local host, right? Root local host identified as root now. Okay, by executing this one, the password will be changed to root again. So the user is also root and password also root. Remember this one carefully, or you can put any of your own password at this place. Okay, then after executing that one, as it is query is working and the password is changed, then we can check it that one by by typing the command exits. That it means it says bye, and we again come back to the directory called e directory. Then you can again switch to the MySQL console, type the command MySQL u root hyphen u and root space hyphen p. Then it asks you enter password. My password is root here, so I entered and as it is started. You got it? So this is the process of first initializing the installation process of manually on the Windows. Actually, this is very light installation of MySQL, and it is not like completely packaged system. I just put it by where you can also work the console of MySQL from this command prompt also. Got it? I hope you understand the concept. Now coming to the process of, right? Okay. Now, first of all, check the databases. What are the databases there? That is the command show databases. Okay. And let's write that PPT right. So after manual installation, what is the next one is we already did this one. So MySQL here, initialize, console, and another prompt, change the directory to this one like and MySQL root and alter the root and given my password as root. The new password for root will be root and exit and later you can check everything is already done, right? The next one is MySQL statements. So now we are installed that MySQL on our Windows system. Now I'm going to check and execute some of the MySQL statements that already in the previous video you've gone through the statements of the again. I'm again showing you the practice of those things into our system. So here show database, create database and use this one. Show statement shows the database is already present in the uh, MySQL directory and also create statement use it to create a new databases and use statement is use it to set the current working database directory, right? So and later that creating the table of student with the roll number, with primary like that, and description of the table and how can we see and insert some values into that table student here and update some values using update statement and by setting the value of this rare condition like right and also using that select statements and for various we are going to see different type of cases here in the same way here also delete from table where some condition given and based on that we are going to delete some rows of the information from student table and we can also delete from student nothing but every data item entered into that student table will delete it and we can also drop the table of the you created in your database. Okay, so all these type of statements we are going to see practically and you're already aware and had some practical knowledge on this in database management system course in this semester also. And just I'm giving recap of these things. Just going through that case. First coming to the show databases. And here also it is one type of experience for you to work at command prompt and show you the cases how these databases can be organized. So first show databases. So it shows this the default databases here. So I want to create the database called CSC here. So I want to create a database CSC. So create database CSC. As it is created, now you can check that show databases. If you observe here in the previous and here compared to this one, there is no CSC. Now his CSC database is created, right? And coming to next one. Now I'm going to set the directory of database, current database that it is uh, use command use CSC. So database is changed and the current working database is CSC that is the created. Now I'm going to create a table student into this database CSC. So what is the command here? Create table. The name of the table is student And I'm going to take the attributes roll number, name, marks, and grades. And with this something given specification and these are type where cat type like that. And when we press enter here, as the table is created, right? Table is created, and you can see the description of the table just be created by using the command desc table name. Desc table name. Table name is student. So then it gives the information like this. So this is the table contains the fields like this and type of the fields and the values you have given null initial values, and this the primary key. I already set that roll number as my primary key, and default values are all null, something extra like that. This is the description of this student table I created in my database CSC. And later I want to insert some rows or values into my table. So here I have given right. So I have some values like that already executed. Insert into student values 501 something, name of the student, roll number, name, marks, and grades. So like that, I have given 4 rows. So by pressing this one, so each time I'm executing this insert statement and entering the values of these cases. So query okay, 1 row affected like that, right? So after inserting these values, I want to see how these values are inserted into my table. As you know, all that statement is select statement. Select star from student. So once it is executed, this gives the total student table contains this information like this, right? We have just entered like that. Got it? You already learned this one from the previous video. I'm just giving that demonstrations of these things for your understanding and also working with databases. And once again, I'm recapping how these databases created and organized. And now I'm going to update something the table using update statement. So here it is. As it is. Now I'm going to update the table student using this update statement by setting the value name equal to Suresh Babu, where name equal to Suresh. If you observe this in my table, there is a name with value Suresh. I want to change this value or update the value as Suresh Babu. Is it working or not? Just check it. As it is, 1 row is affected, change 1 and right. Cross matched 1. So you can select from that one. Once if you observe here is in the previous table, the element entry as Suresh, now it is changed to Suresh Babu, right? Now I want to also update something in marks and grades according to the name given. So using that where condition also here. This one. If you take this one, update student set marks 95, grade EX, and update these two field values like this, where name equal to Swati. Then if you press enter here, as it is row matched 1, and you can go on again select the from student. So once you observe that in the previous table, the value of this entry with name equal to name value Swati. So here it is given 65 B grade. Now it is given change it to this marks like this. So we can update like this also. Okay. Now you can select some fields from the table by using the select statement. As it is, select name and roll number from student. As it is given like this, it displays the name column first, then roll number. You can also interchange those values like this. So first I want to display the roll number, then comma name. You can also write like that. So it gives according to your query executed on the database or a table, right? Later, we can also select the marks and like that. Where well, another variation of this select statement, and it generates the rows of a student table where the marks value greater than 8. So two rows are selected according to that one. And sometimes you can extract the values of the table based on the query, like select star from student table where name like just mapping with these characters of the given names in the table, then it also gives, can we extract the data from that as it is. So it is the raw data related to this query, given that name string res, right? Next one, we can also arrange the given table list of elements into ascending order by executing that query using the select statement. Select star from student table, order by which field, marks field. Then it gives that one. So according to the order, marks given, ascending order 75, 78, 85, 95, like that. We can also make this order descending by just giving order by DSC. Then we can enter this case. Here it gives the marks in descending order. Got it? So this is also one type of working process. And we can delete some rows of a table based on the command using statement called delete statement. Delete from student where marks less than 76. That it means only one row will be deleted, that it is this one, right? And let us check it this case. By pressing enter here, one row is affected. Then you can go and select star from student, right? Then it displays only the 3 rows. This one is deleted, right? Got it. Next one, we can delete complete data from the student table. As we just created that, it is Suresh student table. So we can delete that table also directly, the data inside of that one. So it is 3 rows affected, 3 rows deleted. Then once you go and use the select statement to get everything from the student table, it just goes, that is empty set. Everything is deleted, right? And we can also delete that table also. So before going to that, I'm going to show you the command show tables. How many tables we have actually in the, right? So in this case, I'm just show tables command. It shows tables in current directory CSC. Only one table is there, that is student table. Now I'm going to drop the table using drop command. Then it shows later everything is there is a drop table student. Drop the table that exists with name student from the database CSC. Yes, 0 was affected. Then once you go to show the tables, show tables also showing you that there is nothing tables in that database called CSC, right? This is the way, these are the different types of statements of MySQL, basic statements. And I remind you the way how we can create tables, insert values into the table, and you can update the tables, you can delete and drop out the table and delete some rows of a table based on the given condition, where condition. And we can also organize, extract the information from the table based on the order by and where condition given, right? So everything is like that. So you can first exit this one, and it says by. You can also exit from this table also, right? When it gives, it terminates the, and later come back to this one. So this is the where we started our MySQL console. You can also directly close this one, right? Okay. So all these statements are these are the resources we collected information from NPTEL and this the Samantha right professor on blog from collected the data. Thank you.